Scooters. They're practical, they're comfortable, and they're very affordable. Magkano nga to?
600K.
Okay, maybe this one isn't so affordable, but it's definitely practical and it's definitely comfortable. This is the BMW C400GT. Is it worth your money? Let's find out. So this might be called the C400GT, but it actually has a single-cylinder 350cc engine. So it's not quite expressway legal yet. It's coupled to a CVT transmission. It puts out 34 horsepower and 35 Newton meters of torque. Supposedly this can do 0 to 100 kph in 9.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 140 kph. Let's talk about the numbers. Fuel tank capacity is 12.8 liters. It weighs 212 kilograms, which is almost the same weight as the F900R that we reviewed last time. But it doesn't feel as heavy because the center of gravity is way lower. For a scooter, the C400GT is pretty badass looking. You get angular lines, you get Decepticon-like styling, and it's pretty big. Big enough to differentiate yourself from other scooters on the road. Also, if you're 5'8" to 6 feet tall, you're not gonna look out of proportion when you're sitting on this, which I find is the case for most scooters. I'm 5'8" and I've accumulated a bit of weight during the pandemic, and I don't feel top heavy when I'm riding the bike. All the lights are LEDs. It has BMW signature angel eyes, which make the bike look pretty mean when you're seeing it from the front. The rear taillights are also LEDs and also the turn signals. Build quality is as you'd expect from BMW. All the plastics feel sturdy, nothing feels cheap, and the compartments are all dampened. At the front it gets 15-inch wheels wrapped in 120/70 tires, and at the back it has 14-inch wheels wrapped in 150/70 tires. Now those are very wide tires for a scooter. They're the same width as most 400cc sport bikes. The brakes at the front are dual 265mm rotors with 4-piston calipers, and at the back it has a single 265mm rotor. It has a telescopic fork at the front, and at the back it has a double-sided aluminum swing arm. The seat height is 775mm. I can flat-foot it if I'm sitting at the forward part of the seat, but if I move my butt towards the butt rest, medyo tiptoe na. Bethel over here is 5'4", and as you can see, tiptoe talaga. Try mong usok pa harap. Diyan. Yan. Diyan. Oh. Teka lang. Ayan dyan.
Yeah.
Nakalula.
Paano bumaba?
Okay. She's not really used to riding big bikes and big scooters, kaya nakakalula. But the seat is very comfortable both for the rider and also the passenger. They're soft, but they're also supportive. And they're very wide, so your weight is evenly distributed. But because of the width, if you're 5'6" or shorter, medyo tiptoe ka. The bike is completely keyless, meaning that you don't ever have to take the key out of your pocket to start the bike or to open the compartments. If you're wearing gloves, having to get the keys from your pocket is a huge inconvenience, so this is definitely a welcome feature. Also, I have this thing where I sometimes forget to take the key out of the ignition, so at least for me, that's one more advantage of this feature. But you may not have that problem. Okay, anyway, let me show you the compartments. By the way, there's a technique to getting off this thing, because if you put your foot here, it's going to be too high. So what you do is you put your foot here, through here rather. Storage on the C400GT is quite plentiful. So to open this compartment, you have to have the ignition on. The engine doesn't have to be on, but the accessories have to be on like that. And then you just press this button over here. There you go. You have a damper right here, so it stays open. So in here you have enough space for 2 helmets, one half-face helmet and one full-face helmet. Now you can push this down, and in that position it can accommodate a full-size helmet.
But the bike won't start if this is in this position. You have to raise it up to start the bike. For someone who's used to sport bikes and sport tourers, this is a lot of space. Yeah, this has more space than all the bikes that I've been on put together. So not only do you have this, you also have two compartments over here. Now to open them, you just press this button. And as you can see, they're dampened. Now you can only open these if you're near the bike, if you have the key and you're near the bike. So if you're away from the bike, you won't be able to open this. The gas tank is also keyless, but I can never figure out how to open this, really. I don't want to break it.
Okay, so you get a 6.5-inch full color TFT screen, and you operate that using this knob and buttons down here. So my average speed is 35 kph and my average consumption is 27 kpl. That is entirely in the city. It also has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect it to your phone and you can access navigation, your Spotify playlist, you can make phone calls. If you have a Bluetooth capable helmet.
Yeah, so let's go on a ride. Okay, so I've spent almost a week with the bike now, and I love riding it. It's very comfortable. It feels like a couch on wheels. The seat is just firm enough to be able to provide support, but it's also soft enough to be comfortable. Ergonomics are very good. Everything feels easily within reach. My seating position is very comfortable. It actually is pretty heavy for a scooter, but the weight is way down low, so you don't feel it. It never feels like you're gonna drop the thing. I'm 5'8" and I can flat foot the thing. If ever I need to maneuver this in the parking lot, it's not difficult. So yeah, it feels very nimble. It's very easy to turn. It's a good middle ground between a full-size motorcycle and a small scooter. It provides very good fuel economy. It's very easy to ride around the city. It's quite refreshing to ride a bike without having to worry about the clutch. You can ride this one-handed if you want to, but of course I would not recommend that. It feels a lot more stable than a small scooter, especially when you're going at highway speeds. Power is pretty decent. It can do 0 to 100 kph in 9.5 seconds, which is pretty decent, I guess, for a scooter. Not bad. As for my dislikes, there's not really much, except for the fact that it just stops short of being highway legal, or I mean expressway legal. It's a 350cc engine, just 50cc short of being expressway legal. If I were spending this much money on a bike, I would want it to be expressway legal at least. But yeah, there is actually if you want an expressway legal scooter from BMW, they have one of those. Of course, you'll have to spend more money. I like the build quality of the thing. It feels like an expensive bike. The plastics are high quality. I like the fact that you have plenty of storage, and I like the fact that you don't need to insert a key to open the compartments. You don't have to get your key from your pocket to open the compartments, but also you don't have to worry about people opening them when you're away. So who is this bike for? I see this appealing to the CEO or the business owner who wants something that can easily zip through traffic, but also wants something that's befitting of their status in the company. For most of us, 600,000 pesos may seem like a lot of money, but for the average CEO, this is probably bariya. So yeah, that's the C400GT. If you're interested in buying this, you can check it out at your nearest BMW dealership. Thanks to BMW Motorrad for lending me this bike for a couple of days, and yeah, Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.